Think about the last time you called your dog. You said their name, gave the command, and nothing. They didn't even look at you. They just kept sniffing that exact same spot on the grass. In that moment, it feels like they're deliberately blowing you off. It feels like they're choosing to ignore you. But what if I told you that from a scientific standpoint, your dog literally cannot hear you? There is a massive internet myth that dogs ignore commands because they are trying to dominate you, or because they're just being stubborn. But the actual cognitive machinery inside your dog's head during those moments is far more fascinating than that. When your dog tunes you out, they aren't staging a backyard rebellion. They are experiencing a very specific psychological phenomenon. And once you understand how their brain is actually processing your voice, you will never yell their name across the yard again. To understand why this happens, we have to look at how a dog's brain prioritizes information. The first reason your dog ignores you comes down to a concept called sensory flooding. Your dog's sensory world is thousands of times more intense than yours. While you are standing there saying the word "come," your dog's nose is pulling chemical data from a blade of grass that tells them exactly which neighborhood dog walked by 3 hours ago. Their brain is running a massive data assessment, and in that exact second, the chemical weather of the grass is simply a higher priority than the sound of your voice. They aren't ignoring you morally. They are protecting their brain from sensory overload. The second reason is what behaviorists call command poisoning. This happens when a word loses its reliability. If you say "come" 5 times while your dog is chasing a squirrel and they don't return, you have just taught your dog that the word "come" is optional. It becomes background noise, like a passing car. In the only language your dog understands, consistency, you have devalued the reliability of that command. They file that specific word away as meaningless data and move on. But here is the 3-step fix to completely rewire this behavior and get your dog to choose you over the distractions. Step 1 is to outvalue the environment. If you want your dog to turn away from a high-stakes distraction like a squirrel or another dog, you cannot offer a low-value reward. You need to use what trainers call the jackpot. This means using treats they never get during normal life, like fresh pieces of chicken or cheese, only when they successfully break their focus to look at you. You have to prove to their evolutionary biology that listening to you yields a higher reward than anything else in the environment. Step 2 is the one-and-done rule. Stop repeating the command. If you say your dog's name or a command once and they ignore it, do not say it again. Repeating it only poisons the cue further. Instead, silently walk over, gently get their attention, and guide them into the action. This shifts their perspective and teaches them that your commands are predictable, absolute, and always followed by an action. Step 3 is building a positive proximity bias. You need to make being close to you the most reinforcing zone in the world. Spend 5 minutes a day just walking around your house, and every single time your dog voluntarily walks up to you and makes eye contact, drop a high-value treat without saying a word. You are teaching their brain a new baseline rule. Paying attention to my human pays off automatically. If your dog is a retriever or a border collie, these steps usually click incredibly fast because they are historically bred for cooperative work. But if you have a terrier or a hound, don't get frustrated if they take a bit longer. Terriers were bred for independent work, meaning their brain is wired to say, "I'll check out the distraction myself first, thanks." They aren't broken. They are just running on centuries of independent genetics. Your dog doesn't have a concept of spite. They don't wake up planning to disobey you. Every time they choose to lock eyes with you instead of running after a distraction, it's not magic. It's the result of you successfully guiding their attention. I want to hear about the most frustrating thing your dog ignores you for. Drop it in the comments and let me know if you think your dog is actually distracted or if they're just testing your patience. See you in the next video.